Glenn fucking Greenwald, just mask off, man. Like, holy shit. Like, I can't believe uh he said what he said here. He considers Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, and Donald Trump of 2016 iteration, to be exact, to be socialists. I want to read the quote, and then there's a small clip we can play too. But I think the clip is just going to be me reiterating. Where is it? Obviously, the term socialism carries a lot of baggage from the Cold War. It evokes on purpose the Soviet Union or Castro or Chavez. Greenwald continued, but I think what you were seeing is this kind of hybrid socialism. What could this be? That really is about nothing more than trying to sandpaper the edges off of neoliberalism. No, if he combined this with like a strong take, and this wasn't on the Daily Caller, right? If this was on like some leftist outlet, and then he was like, yeah, and this is why like social democracy is a bullshit theory, I'd be like, yes, based Glenn Greenwald. But that's not what he said. He said, he went on to say that he, quote, would describe a lot of people on the right as being socialists, such as former White House strategist Steve Bannon and the 2016 iteration of former President Donald Trump as a candidate based on what he was saying. I consider Tucker Carlson to be a socialist, Greenwald said of the Daily Caller co-founder. I don't. Is he fishing for a job here? I don't know. He then described an instance where Carlson and Democratic New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is self-identified socialist, which she's not. She's not. Agreed in their mutual opposition to Democratic New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who's facing some massive allegations for sexual assault, by the way. Just wanted to mention that. Forgot to put that in the topics. Apologies. But yeah, fuck Andrew Cuomo. Always been that case. Always will be. Andrew Cuomo wanted to give tens of millions of dollars to Amazon to bring an office to New York. He attributed the agreement to people realizing that neoliberalism doesn't work. I think the vision is, you have this kind of right-wing populism, which really is socialism. God damn it. It's so bad. It is so bad. How? First off, right-wing populism is like an oxymoron. Like it's a thing people say, but it's not a real thing. I've always been of that mindset that right-wing populism is a rhetorical game by the right, but it's not substantive in any reality. While left-wing populism is actual populism because you're wanting to apply policies and institutions to support the working class. That's why it's truly populism. Right-wing populism is just saying, like, immigrants are bad, we'll give you jobs back, while still allowing, like, corporations like Walmart and Amazon and Ford or whoever to offset production to the third world. Like, that's what it is still. Anyways, so it's not socialism. Socialism is the workers or the proletariats under a dictatorship of the proletariats control the means of production. Like that's really all you can say. It's either the proletariat as a whole, or it's a dictatorship of the proletariat and control of the means of production, not individual capitalists. And right-wing populism 100% supports capitalism. So it's just not socialism. They're antithetical, actually. And he seems to be overall confusing populism with socialism, which is not the same thing. Back to Greenwald's quote here, which really is socialism. That says we should close our borders. Let me start the topic. I think the vision is, you have this kind of right-wing populism, which really is socialism, that says we should close our borders, not allow unconstrained immigration, and then take better care of our working class people and not allow this kind of transnational, global, corporatist elite to take everything for themselves under the guise of neoliberalism. First off, There's nothing about closing borders or just borders, period, that is socialist in any fashion. Like, if there's one like truism, so to speak, that the right says about the left, and it's that we are for open borders. Like, yeah, we don't believe in fucking nation states. Like, that's not a concept in our mind. We understand that the need and necessity for socialist states, and sort of a revolutionary, indigenous, native nationalism that's important in combating hegemonic control of the empire at the time. But that's very different than saying that we're for closing borders. It's not socialism. It just isn't. And also, like, shaving, like, or what was the phrase he used here? Where did he say it? He was like, fuck. My bad, guys. I'm trying to find where he said this. Here we go. Sandpaper the edges off of neoliberalism. That's not socialism. Like, that is a baseline shit that you need to do if you're a politician, is to try to fix neoliberalism and the failures of it. But this is not socialism at all. I just don't know. It's so sad, man. And it also just kind of shows that, like, he was just lucky and he was just given the information by Snowden, and that's what made him big to some degree. Right man at the right time, both for that and maybe for Brazil and his stories there. Because clearly the guy has a very rudimentary understanding of these concepts, or understands them and is purposely playing stupid here for a conservative audience in the hopes of appeasing his conservative fan base now, which to me just would be far more malicious. Like, if he was just stupid, like, hey man, like, there's tons of stupid people out there, though he should not be stupid in this case because of who he's been around, who he's interviewed, and the like. It's almost impossible for him to misunderstand these terms to this degree with the work he has conducted. So that leads me to kind of leaning that this is a purposeful attempt to play dumb to a conservative audience. And it's extremely sad. Extremely sad. Play a clip from that, though. I think it's just him basically saying what I read in the quote. But if you want to hear his words exactly, here we go.
Liberalism. And I, would describe a lot of people on the right as being socialists. I would consider Steve Bannon to be a socialist. I would consider the 2016 iteration of Donald Trump, the candidate, to be a socialist based on what he was saying. I consider Tucker Carlson to be a socialist. Now if you have liberalism, and I, would describe a lot.
What is that?